was so drowsy this morning, I was scarcely able to step over that athlete. I'm still asleep in front of my bed.
Indeed, my brother.
I did more raving last night than in all the 20 years of my reign put together. It's awfully quiet around here. So desolate. Where's my daughter, Rhea? The princess.
And Emelian. And the Empress, the Minister of Interior, the Imperial Marshal, the cook, and all the others.
Well?
They drowned, trying to cross on the raft to Sicily. The currents carried them away. A fisherman brought me the news. Only Zeno the Isaurian, together with his chamberlain, managed to escape on the ferry to Alexandria.
My daughter, Rhea, and my son, Emelian. And I must die. Therefore, no pain can reach me. A man about to die does not weep for the dead. My morning repast.
Your breakfast.
Is there nothing from Augustus?
Nothing, Angela.
From Tiberius?
The Julians? Nothing.
The Flavians?
Domitian, but your majesty expressively does not wish to consume his province.
Who laid this egg?
Marcus Aurelius, as usual.
Honest hen. Has anyone else laid anything?
Oh, to wake up.
What do you know?
3 eggs, your majesty.
Tremendous. Just wait and see. This hen will break all records today. You're awfully solemn.
I have served your majesty for 20 years. And your majesty's predecessors for another 40 years. Oh, for 60 years, I embraced the direst of poverty to serve my emperor. But the pants manufacturer, Caesar Clark, has offered me a position as a valet in the Imperial House of Rome. 4,000 sesterces a year, and 3 afternoons off a week. A position like that would give me time to, write my memoirs.
What a fabulous offer. I set you free. The last 2 leaves of my imperial wreath. This marks the last financial transaction of my reign. What's that noise?
The Teutons! Your Majesty, the Teutons are here!
Well, in that case, I shall have to receive them.
The Imperial Sword! Would your Majesty like to have the Imperial Sword?
Hasn't it been pawned?
No pawn shop would take it. It's rusty, and your Majesty plucked out the Imperial jewels himself. Shall I bring it?
Imperial swords, dear Pyramus, are best left in their corner. You may go now. You've always been a faultless valet.
A Roman!
Greetings.
Die, Roman!
Put your sword in its sheath, nephew!
Yes, sir, dear uncle.
Get out!
Very well, dear uncle.
Forgive me, Roman.
No offense taken. You are a real Teuton?
Of ancient lineage.
This I don't understand. Tacitus describes you as people with red blonde hair, defiant blue eyes, and huge barbarian bodies, and looking at you, I'd mistake you for a Byzantine botanist in disguise.
My idea of the Romans was very different too. I was always told about their bravery, and now you're the only one that hasn't run away.
Our ideas of other races are evidently mistaken.
Permit me. Not bad.
You breed chickens.
With a passion.
Strange, I breed chickens myself.
You too.
Me too.
Finally, a man with whom I can talk about my passion.
It's my passion too.
Do the chickens in the garden belong to you?
Imported from Gaul.
Do they lay well?
You doubt it?
Be honest now. Judging by this egg, their laying is no better than average.
Right, they're laying less and less. I'm worried about them. I don't know, maybe it's the feed, but there is one hen that is truly informed.
The gray one with the yellow spots?
What makes you say so?
Because I had this chicken brought to Italy. I wanted to know how it would do in a southern climate.
Truly excellent domestic breed. I can only congratulate you.
I bred it myself.
Oh my, you seem to be a top-notch poultry breeder.
As father of my nation, it's one of my duties.
Father of your name? Who are you, anyways?
I am Odoaker, ruler of the Teutons.
Pleased to meet you.
And you?
I'm the Emperor of Rome.
I too am pleased to meet you, though actually I knew right away whom I was dealing with.
You knew.
Forgive the deception. It's a little embarrassing for two enemies to suddenly find themselves face to face, so I thought a conversation about chickens would be more useful to start with than a political discussion.
I forgive you.
Now the moment I have waited for all these years has come.
You find me prepared
Prepared for what?
for death.
You expect to die?
The whole world knows how the Teutons deal with their prisoners.
Is your view of your enemy so shallow, Emperor Romulus, that you would rely on the world's judgment?
What could you have in mind for me if not my death?
You will see. Nephew!
Yes, sir, dear uncle.
Bow to the Emperor of Rome, nephew.
Very well, dear uncle.
Deeper, nephew.
Yes, sir, dear uncle.
Drop to your knees before the Emperor.
Very
What's
well.
this about?
Rise, nephew.
Yes, sir, dear uncle.
Leave now, nephew.
I don't understand.
I have not come to kill you, Emperor Romulus. I have come to subject myself and my entire nation to you.
This is
A
madness!
Teuton too is capable of being guided by reason, Emperor of Rome.
You're mocking me.
Romulus, we have just had a sensible conversation about chickens. Why can't we talk just as sensibly about our nations?
Speak.
May I sit down again?
You don't have to ask. You are the victor.
You forget that I just subjected myself to you.
Sit down.
You have seen my nephew. His name is Theoderic.
Certainly.
A polite young man. Yes, sir, dear uncle. Very well, dear uncle. He does this all day long. His conduct is impeccable. He is infesting my people with his way of life. He won't touch a girl, he drinks nothing but water, and he sleeps on the floor. Every day he practices with his weapons. Even now, waiting in the lobby, you can be sure he's doing calisthenics.
In short, he's a hero.
He represents the Teutonic ideal. He dreams of ruling the world, and the people dream with him. That is why I had to undertake this campaign. I stood alone, opposed by my nephew, the poets, and the public opinion, and was forced to give in. I hoped to conduct this war humanely. The Romans offered little resistance, but the farther south I advanced, the worse were the atrocities committed by my army. Not because it was crueler than other armies, but because every war is bestial. I was appalled. I tried to call halt to the campaign. My captains could still be bribed. I was ready to accept the sum offered by the pants manufacturer. I could still steer us clear from disaster. Still. For soon, I will no longer be able to do so. Then we will have become a people of heroes, once and for all. Save me, Romulus. You are my only hope.
For what?
For getting out of this decline.
You are in danger.
Right now, my nephew is still tame. He's still the polite young man, but one of these days, in a few years, he will murder me.
That is why you want to surrender to me.
All my life, I have sought the true greatness of man. Not the false one, not the greatness of my nephew, who someday will be called Theoderic the Great. I know how those historians think. I am a peasant, and I hate war. I'm looking for a humanity that I could not find in the forests of Germania. I found it in you, Emperor Romulus. Your imperial high steward Avius saw through you.
Maybe he was working for you at my court.
His reports brought good news. They spoke of a true human being, of a just man, of you, Romulus.
They spoke of a fool, Odoaker. I dedicated my life to the day when the Roman Empire would collapse. I gave myself the right to be Rome's judge because I was prepared to offer myself as a victim. I demanded of my country an enormous sacrifice because I was prepared to die. Now I'm supposed to live. I'm going to be seen as the one who was only able to save himself. Before you arrived, I got news that my daughter, who I love, died along with her bridegroom, along with my wife and my imperial court, and I bore this news easily because I thought I was going to die. And now it hits me without mercy, it refutes me without mercy. Everything I've done has become absurd. Kill me, Odoaker!
Romulus, you are speaking in pain. Overcome your sorrow and accept my surrender.
You are afraid. Overcome your fear and kill me.
You thought of your people, Romulus. Now you must think of your enemies as well. If we two do not proceed together, if you do not accept my surrender, then the world will fall to my nephew, and a second Rome will rise, a Teutonic empire just as transitory as Rome, just as bloody. The destruction of Rome, your work will lose all its meaning if this happens. You cannot escape your greatness, Romulus. You are the only man who knows how to rule this world. Have mercy. Accept my surrender. Spare us Theoderic's bloodthirsty greatness.
I can't go on, Teuton, even if I wanted to. You have struck from my hand the one thing that justified my action.
Is this your last word?
Kill me, I beg you on my knees.
Cannot force you to help us. The catastrophe has happened, but I can't kill you either, because I love you.
If you won't kill me, there's still a solution. The only man still plotting to assassinate me is asleep in front of my bed. I'll go and I'll wake him.
That is no solution, Romulus. You are desperate. Your death would be senseless. The only way it could make sense were if the world were as you imagined it. It isn't. Your enemy, too, is a human being who wants to do what is right, just like you. You must accept your destiny. It is our only way.
What do you plan to do with me?
I will send you into retirement.
Retirement? Me?
It's our only way out.
Retirement's the most horrible fate I can imagine.
Don't forget that I, too, am facing the ultimate horror. You will have to proclaim me King of Italy. That will be the beginning of my end. Whether I want to or not, I will have to begin my reign with a murder.
What are you going to do?
Kill my nephew. Right now I'm still stronger than he is.
Now you are the desperate one, Odoaker. If you kill your nephew, 1,000 new Theoderics will rise in his place. Your nation doesn't think the way you do. Once heroes, you can't change that. My dear Odoaker, I wanted to play the part of destiny. You wanted to control your destiny. And now it has become our destiny to play the part of failed politicians. We put ourselves at the mercy of two specters. For we have no power over what was and what will be. We only have power over the present, which we never considered and which is now our undoing. And now I will have to live out the rest of my present in retirement with a daughter and a son and many unfortunate human beings on my continent.
And I will have to reign.
Let us spare this bitterness. Try to put meaning in the absurdity. In the few years you have left, govern the world faithfully. Offer the gift of peace to Romans and Teutons alike. These years will be forgotten in the history books because they will be unheroic years, but they will be among some of the happiest years this world will have ever known.
And then I will have to die.
Take solace. Your nephew will kill me too. He will never forgive having to kneel in front of me.
So let us take up our sad duties.
Yes, let us bear this bitterness. Let's do a comedy one last time. Try to act as if a balance could really be struck here on Earth, as if the mind could really triumph over human matter.
Nephew!
Yes, sir, dear uncle.
Call in the commanding officers, nephew.
Very well, dear uncle.
Teutons! Dusty and tired from your long march, burned by the sun, you have now come to the end of your campaign. You are standing before the Emperor of Rome. Honor him! Teutons! You have laughed at this man and mocked him in the songs you sang on the highways or at night by the campfire. But I have discovered his true humanity. Never in my life have I seen a greater human being, and never shall you see one, no matter who succeeds me. Speak now, Emperor of Rome.
The Emperor dissolves his empire. Look once again upon this colorful specter, this dream of a great empire floating in space, propelled by the breath of my lips. These far-spread lands and their blue seas with dancing dolphins, yellow provinces rich with corn, these teeming cities bustling with life, a sun that warmed humanity and when it stood high, scorched the earth. Until now, in the hands of the Emperor, a delicate ball, it dissolves into nothing. I now proclaim Odoaker, Prince of the Teutons, King of Italy.
Long live the King of Italy!
I, for my part, assign to the Emperor the villa of Lucullus in the Campania. Furthermore, he shall receive a pension of 6,000 gold coins a year.
My lean years as Emperor are over. Take this imperial wreath and the imperial toga. You'll find the sword in the garden tools in the Senate in the catacombs of Rome. Hand me that bust on the wall of my namesake, King Romulus, the founder of Rome, which I am now dissolving. I am leaving you, Prince of the Teutons. I'm going into retirement.
I'm gonna kill the Emperor!
Lower your
sword, Prefect. There is no emperor anymore.
But the Empire?
Dissolved.
Then that means the last Imperial officer slept through the fall of his fatherland.
On this note, gentlemen, the Roman Empire has ceased to exist.